Hello, I'm Dr. Ronald Anderson, and I want to spend a little time here to tell you a little bit about me, a lot about the syllabus, and a little bit about the course and how to be successful in the course. To start out with, I'm now living in Colorado, near Denver, just a little in a town called Arvada. You can look it up or Google it to see what Arvada is like, maybe see some pictures. We moved here in March of this year, and we've been settling in. We're close to the grandchildren. We're not from here, but this is where the grandchildren live, and so that's why we're here. We still have a son in San Antonio. We used to teach in Laredo for a couple of years, and so maybe one or two of you might even know him. You knew someone named Anderson, Timothy Anderson. He's a pharmacist now in San Antonio. So we go down there once in a while, and I might even drop into Laredo sometime in November. That's what we're planning right now, to spend a day or two in Laredo visiting friends and doing a few other things, visiting the university where most of my friends are. I grew up in Southern California. I was a biology major at the University of California, Irvine. Then my wife and I, we went to South America, to Peru, in the jungle region of Peru, the Amazon region of Peru, where we worked for a mission organization for 17 years and lived in Dallas for a while. I taught in New Jersey, college in New Jersey. I taught college in San Diego, California. I taught elementary school for 2 years in Southern California, 5th grade. While I was a student, I did my master's and doctorate degree at Stanford University, and 2 of those years I worked half-time at a junior high school in Redwood City. So that's my public school teaching experience. Now, for fun, what I like to do here in Colorado is a lot of walking, and when I do walking, I do something called geocaching, and you can look that up, Google it. I also do some Pokemon Go. My daughter suggested that it would be nice for me to do that with my grandson, and so I put the game on my phone, and I took him out Pokemon Go, and after I got him to a high level, I decided that I would go ahead and get my own account, and so now I borrow grandma's phone while he uses my phone when we go out together. So I get my exercise doing Pokemon Go and geocaching. I spend plenty of time with you guys as well, correcting your assignments, receiving your phone calls, and answering your emails. So I'm one of the most available professors ever. And so give me a call, send me a text message. We can do conference calls, we can do Skype, we can do a lot of things. And I'll try to do a video for every assignment that comes up. I'll try to give you a video introduction. Office hours, Monday to Thursday, 8 o'clock to 10 p.m. Laredo time. I go to bed early, like 10 p.m. Laredo time, but I get up like at 5 a.m. Laredo time, or earlier, most days lately. So I shut down my computer 10 p.m. Laredo time, which is actually 9 p.m. here, but so I go to bed early, I get up early, because I go out, I get my exercise, I have a lot of fun in the mornings. And here's my phone, that's my cell phone. Don't think you're bothering me. I put it on silent when I'm with friends, when I'm eating dinner. I can always call you back. Leave me a voice message and I will call you back. Make sure you tell me who you are, because sometimes the caller ID on the cell phone will say somebody else's name other than your name, and I'll be confused, or it'll say unknown number, and I usually don't answer those at all, and then I listen to it later to find out who it was. So leave a message and I will call you back. For email, do not use the Blackboard email. I will not answer you. I will answer you using your TAMIU email. And so make sure, I think all of you except for one that I know of has a Dusty TAMIU email. So that's what you're going to use to send me messages, and I will respond to you with the TAMIU email. Write to me a lot, ask questions, and don't be shy. People who are shy don't usually get a B or a C in my class. The ones who come to me for help ask for clarification, those are the ones who get A's in my class, and I'll explain more about that later. There are certain things here that we need to talk about. Now, the textbook, make sure you get the textbook. This is a great textbook, Classroom Assessment for Student Learning, Doing It Right, Doing It Well, 2nd edition. Students that I've had in the past just think this is the most wonderful textbook, especially those who are in leadership positions at their school, because it's changing the way they're doing assessment in their own classes, and they're sharing this with their colleagues in their schools, their fellow teachers, to help them to be better at assessment and to teach better using assessment. Now, it's a recommended textbook. I don't have anything there, but you might want to get the APA manual for doing APA formatting if you cannot learn it from the web resources that we have. The course map for EDCI 5317. Go ahead and look at that. Don't want to get bogged down with that too much, but late missing task assignments. To receive full credit for discussions each week, your active participation in the course room is a major component of your learning experience in your grade in EDCI 5317. You're expected to participate and answer the question that for each of the readings once a week usually, and it's supposed to be 300 to 400 words. It should be actually probably 300 or more words, it should say, to each of the discussion questions. In addition, post a response to someone else's original post, compare, contrast, challenge, explore. Okay, and I'll tell you about the rubric. I have something about the rubric for that. I also have a little video about APA format. Make sure you watch all my videos. They might be kind of boring, not done very well. I did them a while back. If they seem to be out of date, contradictory, please let me know and I'll try to revise them. So they have to be in on time. Anything that comes in after midnight will get no credit. Well, if you're 2 or 3 minutes late, just explain. An hour late, I'll take off significant points. But if it's like the next day, just forget it. I'm not going to grade it. Additional course information. The discussions talks about that, and you need to have reference to scholarly publications, books, and journal articles that inform your response. Avoid web pages, blogs, and videos. Those should not be used when you do your assignments. You can use them, and you can talk about them, but make sure you have the required number of academic references as well. Okay, posting content. I'll read that over. I do not want to go into that too much. The College of Education has an A as 93% to 100. A C is 75% to 83%, and anything below a 75 is an F. You are graduate students, and as graduate students, you should not be getting C's. If you get a C, you'll sort of be on probation, and you'll get a letter saying that you're on probation. If you fail, you might not be allowed to continue the program. So take note of the withdraw date, and if you're not doing well, it might be better to withdraw and try the course again the next time it is taught, which will probably be a year from now. Withdrawal date is November 10th, so that gives us some time to think it over, and hopefully you'll all stick with it and be able to keep up. This is not like a summer course, but it is intense. There's something due like 4 nights a week. You don't have to do it all the day it's due. You can do it the weekend before. For those of you who have a busy time during the week, it's time to get organized and to try to do all of your work on the weekend. If you have 3 or 4 of you to do that, you can do responses to your postings and so forth over the weekend before, not after the weekend before. There's a list of the tentative course schedule. This might change. I might have errors in here, and if I do have errors, we will get those fixed along the way. There might be other editions of the syllabus. I usually do 2 or 3 revisions as we go, just because I have typos and I have the wrong dates or something like that. But the first week is fairly easy. Make sure you get the textbook right away. And on Thursday of this week, just a couple days from now, you have personal introduction post in the meet and greet, and the responses and the syllabus and policies acknowledgements is due. So get all those things done by Thursday. Some of them will grade automatically, others I'll have to go through and grade. You cannot be late. You must get that done on time by Thursday. Get your textbook so that you can read Chapter 1, Classroom Assessment, Every Student a Learner, Monday, August 29th. That's next week, next Monday, and you'll be doing discussion post 1. And then there'll be a peer response due the next evening, which is much less work. Now, the meet and greet that you're doing is going to be to 3 of your classmates, but when you do the post for the assignment, it's going to be a response to only 1 of your peers. Now, Thursday, September 1st, chapter task 1 is due. And so you're going to have a little bit of time. So I'm taking it kind of easy on you next week. You'll notice the week after that there's something due on Monday, something on Tuesday. Wednesday, there's a task 2. Thursday, there's a task 3. So every evening there is something due, Monday through Thursday. So try to get ahead. Make sure you have the textbook. Read the assignments. If you have any question, you're having problems with it, don't tell me after you're done. Talk to me before you do it as much as you can. And so you go through there and you can see what's due. And it's going to be pretty busy. And there'll be a midterm exam around due on the 14th of October. But I'll give you time to do that. And more assignments. And then the final exam will be due on Monday, December 12th. That'll be done at home. It'll be distributed like a week before, and you will turn it in Monday, December 12th. Okay, the policies of the College of Education. Make sure you read all of those, that you understand them. You're going to make an acknowledgement that you have read them and that you do understand them for one of your assignments. Let's go to Blackboard. And when we're here, you'll see that yours looks different from mine because I'm a professor, you're a student, and it's organized differently. But somewhere you're going to find a place that says content. And you click on the content, and you can ask Dr. Anderson something, and I try to read those. I don't always see them right away. You might send me an email to tell me you put something there, and then I'll answer it there. But I don't see them all the time. I don't get notifications like I should. Introductory module. Here we have the meet and greet forum. This is your assignment that you have to do. And I click on there, and you don't see anything, but you create a thread, and you might put your name about me or something like that as create your thread, and you write about yourself. If you're teaching, tell us where you teach and what you teach, what grade level. Tell us where you went to school if that's relevant. This is a time for your classmates to get to know you, and so go ahead and let us get to know you a little bit through this and your expectations for the course. One thing I haven't mentioned before, which I should, one thing I need to say is that those of you who are teaching, have taught 1 or 2 or 5 years, the longer you've taught, the more advantage you're going to have for this class. For those of you who have not taught yet, this is going to be really hard because you're going to be reflecting on curriculum you've used and on assessments you've used, and you're going to be creating rubrics, and you're going to be creating assessments for your content area. And so if you're not teaching right now, you're going to have to find someone to latch on to who has done these things, who is teaching. You're going to have to put yourself into a position where you have access to the curriculum and to the assessments being used in a local school, wherever you are. Because if you don't, it's going to be very hard. But I'll help you through it. I'll give you some suggestions. Don't flounder. Don't be, like I said before, don't be shy. Those who are shy are going to get a B, C, or fail the course. Those who see that there's a problem and they don't understand why, they contact me. I really am a nice guy, And you can even send your assignments to me ahead of time, at least 6 hours before they're due. So supposing it's due at midnight. Okay, if you send it to me by 5 p.m., well, 6 hours ahead. So that would be like 6 p.m. Laredo time. That would give me time to read it through, answer, and give you some feedback so that you can make revisions before you submit your assignment. I'm happy to do that. Um, and we can, and if when I send it back with some suggestions and you still don't understand what I'm talking about, sometimes then you need to call me, and I'll mention that in my email return. Say, please call me, or even a text message. Call me, but you can just call me and say, hey, I have this, and or I don't understand why you took off points here. You said that I had bad APA formatting, and you don't understand why, and I can lead you to the right answer. And so here's the acknowledgement of the syllabus assignment, the acknowledgements of COD policies also, and some other things that are useful. Maybe some of these links don't work anymore, but these are pretty much what I had last year. As you can see, there's a 2015 date on there, which I need to revise. But if you have any questions, don't be shy. Like I say, give me a call, send me an email, and oftentimes I'll say, call me, and you'll find out that I'm really not that hard to talk to. Okay, I'm hoping we all have a good semester, and I'm hoping that you'll find the time to do a really good job in this course.